when you're finding the domain of a composite function, f of g, it's going to start it's got to be the domain of g that also works in f. It has to work all the way through. So it starts with g because that's where the function starts. So you look at the domain of g. The domain of g, you're not allowed to divide by 0, so the domain of g is not allowed to have x equals 8 in it, because then you'd be dividing by 0. So the domain of g is everything except for 8. So we write that as negative infinity to 8, union 8 to infinity. Everything except 8. Because there's a, if you plug 8 in, you'd be dividing by 0 on the bottom. You can't do that. So you can't plug in 8. So it's the domain of g that works all the way through. So whenever we get that, we're going to get fractions and that sort of stuff. Is there anything that we're not allowed to plug into f? We can plug any number in there, add 2 to it, you still get an answer. So the domain of g that works all the way through f, we don't have to remove anything because everything works in f. So this is our final answer, because all of those numbers would work all the way through if you plug them into f. If that was like a square root function, then we'd have to take out anything that would make a negative inside the square root. But it's not, so we don't have to worry about that.